Hi, everyone. I'm Ronnie.
And I'm Jessica.
And you're listening to Clean With Me,
the podcast where we walk you through cleaning your house. Hey, everybody. This is Jessica. And today I'm going to talk to you about cleaning your kitchen and your getting caught up on laundry. But I'm also going to talk to you about how just being healthy in our everyday lives, creating healthier habits for ourselves will help with our house cleaning, because the more energy we have, the more we're going to clean the house, and the healthier our habits, the more controlled our days are, especially with summer coming up, is why I wanted to talk about this, is to keep a routine in our lives, to keep and I'm talking mainly to myself, but I want to keep a good kind of strict routine this summer, because in the past summers I get off track and I have periods where I'm good and then I get off track and my house is a wreck. So I want to avoid that. I'm going to stay on a strict routine just like we would in the school days, and we're going to keep our house clean and keep the kids on a strict bedtime routine and all that stuff. So let's get started. First thing I want you guys to do, like always, is to get ready in some capacity to clean, whether that be lighting candles, opening windows, just getting ready for the day, doing the same thing every time we go do a cleaning session really helps create that habit, that good habit. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we're going to start on a load of laundry. We're going to move the clothes from the washer to the dryer, and from the dryer to a laundry basket if you already have something in there. And then we're going to fold those at the end of the episode. And then once we've got our dryer and washer running, we're going to go ahead and move on to emptying our drying rack or our dishwasher so we can get those dishes knocked out. So go ahead and start emptying your dishwasher. While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys a little bit more. I'm not saying I never get off track when I have a strict routine, but there's something about staying in a routine, having a schedule, writing down what I'm going to do for the day, having a plan, that for me just helps me accomplish more, because, I'm like, okay, between this time and this time, this is when I have to clean. So I'm going to have to do that. Like my episode I did about clocking in to work, that's kind of my clock in times coincide with dropping the kids off and, certain other routine things in my life. And, maybe you have a strict working routine or something like that, or, that keeps you on track. But even if you do, there are days where you're off, and I'm not saying to never take a break, but just keep some of those routines in place, because although it's good to sleep in every once in a while and take some time for yourself, you want your day-to-day life to be somewhat regimented. That way, cleaning will have more of a place. When I get a late start to the day, I'm not as productive. If I'm laying around for the first, multiple hours of the day, I just feel sluggish. I'm like, well, it doesn't make much sense, but in our heads, and just be emptying the dishwasher and starting on our pre-rinse and gathering dishes and pre-rinsing as I talk. But, if I've already wasted a few hours, I'm tempted to waste more, because I'm like, well, I already didn't do anything for the first few hours. And that's why it's dangerous. And last school year, my kids are new to school. And last year, my daughter was in pre-K and it was only half day, but it still kept some kind of routine. I was still working and stuff like that. But when summer hit, last summer, I was really disorganized, and it just created a lot more issues for me. It was a lot harder for me to motivate myself and stuff. And towards the end of the summer, I started getting on a stricter routine, and it really helped me. So that's why I'm talking about it, because just personal experience, I tend to get a little bit lax in the summer, and although it's fine on the weekends or occasionally, and we still do fun things. I'm not saying not to do anything fun. That could be part of your routine, is just planning your day. whatever activity you're going. It could be just going to the park with your kids after work, or if you stay at home, maybe it's just planning activities with your kids, or even activities to do in the house, outside time, whatever. But if you write it down ahead of time, plan for it, get up at a certain time, go to bed at a certain time, it just helps keep a routine. And kids like structure. They behave better in structure. And I am not an expert parent by any means, but I have noticed my kids do act a whole lot better when there is structure to their day. Even if that means just going certain places at a certain time, even if they're fun places. So if you're not already, get to pre-rinsing. If there's any dishes around your house that you haven't gotten, go ahead and gather that, or have somebody else in your house gather it if you're not alone, if you have teenagers or something. And I say this a lot, but when you're pre-rinsing, if you're having a lot of funky old food and stuff to rinse off, just make sure we're trying, at least making a good effort to, after we're done cooking, after we're done eating a snack, after the kids are done, staying on them about rinsing. If you have kids, if you don't, just on yourself, rinsing off your plates and bowls and whatever, pots and pans after you use them, leaving things to soak if, you made something that's kind of baked on or something like that. And that's another thing. If you are in your pre-rinse and there's some pots and pans that have baked on stuff that you don't think is going to come up right away, let's just go ahead and leave that to soak. That way, while it is soaking, you're getting all the other stuff done. And then when you get to those pots and pans, it'll be really easy to clean up and they don't just sit there full of hot soapy water. And don't forget about leftover dishes and whatnot in your refrigerator. Sometimes we neglect those areas. I just do a little once-over check when I'm doing the dishes. That way I can get them all done at one time. So while you guys are doing those dishes and pre-rinsing, loading your dishwasher, or just cleaning your dishes and putting them on a drying rack, I'm going to go ahead and just keep talking about the routine. So a way to kind of give kids the freedom of choosing their activities while also sticking to a routine. And you can use this if you don't have kids. You can use it on yourself as well. Is when you have time, ahead of time, write down a list of activities without giving yourself or your kids or whoever too many options. And if you have babies, you can write down activities for your baby, which is really for yourself as well. But like, for example, screen time, maybe they could just pick the order in which they do things. Maybe it's like screen time, playing outside, going to a park, coloring, just like 4 or 5 activities with, different time slots, and then they can choose what they want to do first, what they feel like doing. Like, okay, it's 12 o'clock. What do you guys feel like doing? This, or this? And then they can pick. And you could do the same thing for yourself. Write down a list of activities that are within your means and what is able to be done for the day as part of your to-do list. So whenever you get bored, you can pick one of those activities. But yeah, it's really important to stay on routine for yourself and also for your kids. And it's not just, this episode is about summer and back to school or leaving school and all that, but it's also for us adults because, like I said, even if you have a very strict routine as far as going to work and stuff like that, and you have a very busy schedule, maybe your home life isn't very regimented, and when you get home, you just kind of just plop down and whatever happens. And maybe that's what you have to do because you have such a busy schedule. It's okay to schedule it, but you have to leave time for cleaning and stuff. And on your days off, on your days where you're just at home for days on end, or for long periods of time, we want to have a routine. And that also makes those days when you have busy schedules, working a lot, lots of things to do, family stuff, whatever the case may be, you're already used to a strict routine. So it's not like pulling teeth to do those things. Or if you have to do a little bit of extra stuff, like for example, and just be doing the dishes while I talk. My parents are coming down for my daughter's kindergarten graduation. It's her first milestone or whatever. My dad has to come over here for work anyway, to Fort Worth a lot. So they're going to come over, and my three of my younger siblings are going to stay the night at my house. And I've been, focusing more on catching up on laundry and my outer areas the last few days. So the kids' rooms have kind of suffered, and I'll out myself here. The reason why laundry is part of this episode is I have a couple laundry baskets of unfolded laundry, which I'm really usually good about that. And this time the thing with laundry with me is if I do not do it when it comes out of the dryer, it just sits there, and I'll just keep folding the loads coming out of the dryer, and I'll forget about the other load, and I'll just go get clothes out of that basket. And I don't know why I do that, but that is why I'm so hard on myself about folding it when it comes out of the dryer, because otherwise it'll stay there for 10 to 12 business days. I promise you. I don't know why I'm like that. So one of my kids' bedrooms have a couple baskets in it from where I was folding laundry. And then my little daughter's room is just a mess. And so that's something I have to do. And I've been cooking a lot, so I have a big cleaning day today. I have to catch up on my laundry. I have to do all my normal maintenance cleaning, which is a lot. And then I also have to clean my kids' rooms. But, I've been getting up early and taking care of things early the last few days, so it shouldn't be that difficult to add in those extra chores because, one, I have a goal to work towards. I know that I have to do it by tomorrow, which I should have done it yesterday instead of today, the day before. But either way, I'm getting it done, and I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm just going to be proud of myself that I'm getting it done today. And just keep chugging along on those dishes. If you're already done, you can start clearing off trash, throwing it away and putting stuff away, clearing off countertops and wiping down. If you're not there yet, that's fine. Just keep working on those dishes. So another point I want to talk about when it comes to routines, be working on your kitchen while I talk, is not to be too regimented. I mentioned leaving options for your children or yourself, because you don't want it to be too strict and stringent, and you need to also gear it towards your family and your needs. Don't gear it towards other families or look at other families' routines, what they do during the day. You don't have to do 50 activities. You don't have to do exactly what another family does. You gear it to your needs, what you can accomplish, what you can stick to, because the more unrealistic it is, the less likely you're going to be to stick to this routine. So you want to have leeway. You want to be lenient with yourself too. If you have an off day, I'm not going to stick to a strict routine when my family's here, when my siblings are staying here. The kids are going to have some fun. Are they going to go to bed at a certain time? Yes. But my day isn't going to be, oh, hey guys, no, we don't eat at this time. We eat at this time today because I'm going to have guests there, and that's okay. And it's okay to have off days and relaxation days and whatever. But the majority of your time, you want to stick to just a somewhat of a routine. It's just better for everyone's minds, bodies, health. I'm a grown woman, but I give myself a bedtime, because if I stay up all night, if I know past this point, it's really early, so I'm not going to say what the hour is, but past a certain point, I know that I am going to be miserable and not want to do anything. And sleep does, directly correlate with how much work I get done the next day, as far as just housework, doing stuff with the kids, everything, because if I don't get enough sleep, I just want to lay around all day and I just feel crappy the whole day. So no, every second of your day doesn't have to be planned, but there is something about having a schedule that you stick to every day, even in the summer, that gives you a sense of safety and calmness, and you don't have to worry about what you have to do that day. It's just one less thing that you have to think about because you have it kind of pre-thought out. And, if you're done with your dishes, awesome. Let's go ahead and throw away the trash. And like I said, start clearing countertops and dining room tables and doing a very thorough wipe down of anything and everything you see. You don't want to forget handles, light switches, backsplashes, cabinets. We want to wipe down anything and everything that you can. Little fingers, your fingers, cooking hands, things drip that we might not even see. Might just be little microscopic, whatevers that will build up on our surfaces. So just wipe down any and every surface you see. And as you're throwing away trash, if you notice that your trash is overflowing, let's go ahead and switch that liner of the trash, take the trash out. And while you're doing your thorough wipe down, I'll continue talking, but yeah, just, it could be like, okay, a meal plan, for example, like every month, maybe it might be fun for kids or just yourself or your partner to have a meal plan and set. So that's something that, you don't have to stress about what am I going to make for dinner. And that's something I'm not doing right now that I think I'm going to start doing over the summer is making an actual meal plan. So I can be like, okay, because I think about what meals I'm going to make when I get groceries. But if I actually write down Monday, I'm going to make this, Tuesday, I'm going to make this. And we don't have to stick to that. Maybe you're craving something and you want to cook something else. But having that meal plan just takes out some of the guesswork. So you have those meal options there for dinner. And you can even involve your family and just kind of have a family meeting, as corny as that sounds, but have everyone sit down and just, you don't have to call it that. Just have everyone sit down and just be like, okay, what are your goals for the summer? What do you guys want to do this summer? What would you like to eat? What activities would you like to do? What's your kind of bucket list, if you will, of everything you want to do before school starts, and kind of tell them what's realistic and what's not, and then write it down and kind of schedule it in, Get a calendar and have them mark stuff off, or have a chore list and have them mark stuff off, because just as that's satisfying to us, kids like it too, Okay, so if you're all done wiping down, chances are you probably have a lot of crumbs on your floor. So let's go ahead and sweep our kitchen and dining room area and get all of those crumbs up and do a thorough sweep of the kitchen and dining room. And you can do a mop as well if you are able to. Okay, so I've got a guest star here, Rosalie Gutierrez, 4 years old. Rosalie, for our summer routine plan, what would you like to do this summer?
I want to go to the pool.
Okay, and what else do you think? Is that what you want to do some days, is go to the pool?
I'm talking about when I want to go to the pool. I was actually talking about the beach.
The beach? Okay, and we could pack like a picnic one day?
Yeah.
Maybe that could be our Fridays. I don't know about beach, but definitely pool. One of the days we could go to the beach. Your chores in the summer, if I give you surprises for finishing your chores for the week?
No.
No? She said no.
Hard.
Only if I let you do something easy?
But kind of hard.
But kind of hard? Okay, deal. Okay, so anyway, if you guys have any ideas that I haven't talked about, I am open to suggestions myself, because I have been looking stuff up on different activities and stuff to just take out the guesswork and plan a lot of fun different things that aren't a whole lot of work, that don't make a big mess, that, so they're not constantly telling me they're bored and stuff. So if you guys have ideas, please share it with me on Facebook. I usually see the Facebook Messenger comments. If I don't, my mom does. And thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to do a laundry switch. And if you have a lot of laundry like me, sit back, relax, listen to a laundry episode. Maybe you want to watch your favorite show or something, whatever you like to do while you do your laundry, listen to music, and just knock out that laundry and make sure you put it away when it comes out of the dryer. Don't be like me. I'm going to not do that anymore, hopefully. So let's try to stick to our routines and have a really good summer. Thanks for listening, guys. As always, happy cleaning.